shop. I work here with my old man and my son. Big boss.
Oh my.
Everything in here has a story and a price. One thing I've learned after 21 years, you never know what is going to come through that door.
Wow, I love. Is it the pawn shop?
Welcome to the Black Lives Matter podcast.
Hello, darlings.
Okay, hello, Freddie. All right,
Hello, guys.
I'm your host,
Hi.
Taylor Keenstar. My co-host today is Tyquel. Tyquel, you feel
Hello.
with your name being out there on the
Of course.
All right, and Ashley, do you feel comfortable with your name being out there on the interwebs?
As long as you don't include my last name, but it'll probably pop up anyways. So.
Why would
It
it?
does. It does pop up, by the
Yeah,
way.
I have a generic name. No one can find me.
Okay, good. Some, like, weird Korean person will show up instead of you, or, like, some weird old person that's very tan and crispy, like the crispy
A lot
Colonel.
of dudes.
Are you talking about me?
Nah, me, because I have a generic ass name.
Generic
I'm
fucking name.
I'm appalled that Tyquel would label Ashley as tan and crispy.
No, I was saying that what would appear if someone,
Wait,
searched
Tyquel,
her up.
are you catcalling right now?
I am catcalling, actually. You're looking very extra crispy, actually.
In the
You know what?
in the little before we went live, we did a little chat about catcalling and the whole thing that's popped up with that. We could get to Black Lives Matter later, but Tyquel did want to discuss the issue of catcalling first. Tyquel, you wanted to make a statement?
Well, sometimes catcalling is very ridiculous, and when women, well, not all women get, upset about it, but when they become over dramatic over it, like, if I were to just whistle to you, you shouldn't. Dude, what? Oh my God! Jesus Christ! Are you attacking me? And they, like, immediately assume that, like, well, this person's catcalling me. I guess he's gonna chase me around now.
Right, and I'm gonna go back to what I said. There was this video that came out that kind of broke out with the catcalling narrative, and it was this woman who, this is claimed by the people who made the video, not me. They claim that they had this woman walk around New York City for 10 hours, 10 whole hours, and what they got from that, they claim that there's this epidemic of catcalling, and then they got a 3-minute video out of a 10-hour walk through New York City, and most of the comments are, typical good morning type of stuff, how are you type of stuff, which it really shows.
And I saw a similar video about this guy who was, like, reacting to that. He was like, well, we're gonna see what happens when, they were called, I forget, model pranksters, and this good-looking guy, he's walking through New York, and he did the same exact thing, and, he got the same ordeal. Some people are like, hey, you look good, and he was just basically, like, trying to show that, that can happen to anyone. You're acting like this is a big deal when it's really not.
Right, okay. Let's let our guest. Ashley, do you have any comment on this?
Yeah, I do. Because actually, I just recently had a catcalling incident.
Oh, boy.
Which was
Oh.
actually rather scary.
Now, was it an elderly man or a younger?
No. It was I was walking down the street in Portland, Maine with my boyfriend, and we had turned a corner into, like, kind of a back street, but it wasn't like an alleyway or anything sketchy, just like a narrower back street, nothing main or anything. And we came upon these 3 teenage kids, maybe like 16, 17. They were obviously drunk, they, like, reeked of liquor.
Mm-hmm.
And we had just seen them, obviously, illegally obtain alcohol as this kid was, like, shoving it into, like, a pillowcase for some reason.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's completely inconspicuous. I digress. And so we're walking past them, and one of the guys is this blonde kid, starts, it's like, oh, you guys have a nice day. And we're like, okay, cool, yeah, you too. And then as we begin to walk past them, that blonde kid begins walking towards me. And, you know, of course, Matt kind of, like, shuffled me out of the way, and they're like, oh, you guys make a cute couple. And again, we're like, okay, cool, thanks, like, whatever. And then as, you know, we finally passed them, they're behind us, the same kid starts shouting at us, I'm going to fuck your girlfriend.
Whoa.
And just keeps shouting that.
Well, I don't even think that could be classified as catcalling. I think that's just straight up harassment, sexual harassment, or...
Yeah.
Well, the reason that... Sorry, not, like, I don't want to interrupt you guys, but, like, the reason that catcalling is, you know, kind of being called out is because it is a form of harassment.
Right.
You know? It's like, that is like, a very, very extreme case, like, of harassment, you know, being told that, oh, I'm going to fuck your girlfriend in, like, a very malicious, angry, dangerous way. But the thing is that, you know, I have been catcalled in other ways. I've been, you know, walking, you know, running to catch a train in New York, and some kid has yelled at his window, this, you know, be 30 years old, 20, 30 years old, yells at his window, oh, I like the way you run.
Yeah, that's a little, you know, annoying.
Well, what me and Andrew are trying to say is that some cases are like super like ridiculous and sensitive. Like, let me like how Andrew was saying, like someone would be like, "Oh, hey, you're looking really good," you know, like "Good morning, hey, you look good," and then someone would just get upset over that.
And that's here's the problem with that. When they shed light on the vacuous kind of, you know, I'm going to use finger quotes, you can't see me, but harassment, that kind of takes away from the real people who are actually being victimized in public, and they're being harassed by these cretins. And it just makes a crybaby case out of something that can be very serious. It's kind of the same thing with what we might get into later with Black Lives Matter, and what, you know, and rape too. You know, people believe, you know, one of the Democratic nominee, Hillary Clinton, thinks that all rape victims should be believed, and you know that's not true, because unfortunately some people are starting to redefine rape, and they're not being raped, and they make false accusations, but we can't just believe anybody, right? The same thing, we can't really illegalize social interactions on the street because a couple of people are making shitty remarks to other people, and if they do that, they're shitty people.
Yeah.
And us as a society should call them out on it, but we shouldn't, you know, what would the potential solution to you know, catcalling be?
Well, that, you know, like, kind of, sorry.
Let's let Ashley speak.
No, you can go, Ashley.
Okay. You know, I feel like, you know, our perceptions of the situation, you know, are very different, because, like, I am a woman, I have been catcalled, and, you know, you guys are men who, you know,
Tequel? Yep.
Tequel, you said how you whistled at girls on the street before, right?
Well, I've never whistled at girls, but, like, if I were to whistle to someone, yeah, it was just an example. Like, if I were to whistle to someone, that wouldn't be such a major thing. But if someone was like, you know, they say, I'm gonna fuck you, like, something like that, then, whoa, man, like, can you chill out?
The thing is that when it comes to catcalling, and it comes to, you know, living in a society where, you know, as a woman, sometimes it's kind of terrifying to walk down the street. You know, even the simplest, like, you look good, can have malicious intent. And as, you know, someone raised as a girl, like, you never know. You never know if that guy who just said, oh, you look really good, means it in a nice way, or if he means it in a malicious, he's going to attack you, he's going to follow you kind of way. And the reason, you know, you guys might perceive the whole, like, calling out catcalling thing as, like, too much or over dramatic is because, like, being raised in a society where walking down the street you can be catcalled, you don't know the intent behind that. When I got catcalled in Portland, when that guy was shouting, I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, I went into the, like, closest store and was in there for a good half hour, and then every time we moved from store to store, I looked behind me. Are those kids behind me? Are those kids gonna come after me? You know?
Yeah, and I can understand
so, you know, yeah, even if the intent doesn't sound malicious, even if it isn't, I'm gonna fuck you, even if that, they don't say that, you never know the intent behind, oh, you look good, or even a whistle. You know, it's just, it's and it's also just kind of
And
degrading that, you know, women, you know, I don't know how you feel about the whole objectification of women, but, you know, when you walk down the street and someone whistles at you or someone is like, oh, you look good, you know, it's degrading because you're just seen as a physical object, you know?
Right. But
I
I agree with that, but I wouldn't say it's a societal construct against women because, you know, I don't like to do the whole, oh, men have it worse thing, but, you know, the CDC and the FBI conclude that more men are killed, or attacked at least, on the streets than women, and they're more likely to be killed in these skirmishes that they have.
but that's
I,
an entirely different statistic that has nothing to do with
well,
catcalling, the
like
harassment
you
of
said,
women on the
the way we
street.
have to look at this is it's just the way it's coming from. Wait, listen, because let's say this: those kids were obviously drunk, and they're 17, 16.
right, Ty, wait,
They're
don't make a case for the cretins who are drunk and they're 17. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that, like you said, Ashley, you don't know the intent of these people. They could be malicious, and they could be sincere. Now, when somebody attacks anybody, or when somebody makes a claim like that towards a man, it's the same way. It could be malicious. It
I
doesn't
need
have
to hop off for a sec.
Sure.
Sorry. I'll be right back.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, our first guest. All right. Well, you know what? Matthew, the nice meat clerk, wants to
Join.
wants to join. So,
Can you invite him?
Yeah, he hasn't given me his email.
Who else should be coming? That they've said they're coming.
I didn't get much feedback on who else might be coming.
Yikes. Okay, so it actually looks like I might have to go for a little bit.
Okay, that's
but
fine.
if, you know, I come back in I don't know, you guys go for like an hour, I would love to come back and continue discussing whatever topic you guys end up on. But
Yep.
We're having
closing.
your companion, the nice meat clerk, come on right now.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah,
okay.
like,
I'm sure. Well, closing statement: catcalling is scary, and I believe it is definitely something that should be called out on and made public.
My closing statement is that it's not a gendered issue. But thank you, Ashley, for being on the podcast.
No problem. Happy to be here.
Hope that you might return.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
All right. Adios.
Bye.
All right. Goodbye. Have a nice day.
All right. Let's see. Let's get the Falkowski on. Oh crap! I said his last name. Shit.
What are you doing? That's not his real name, actually, people. His real last name is Meat Clerk.
That's right. His pseudonym is Matthew, the nice meat clerk. And you know, I've never gotten any kind of products from him from like a bakery, but he's a nice guy. We tend to disagree on some things, so we're lucky that after our first guest had to unfortunately drop out for a second, we might have another guest come on.
Yep.
So
Always happy to have more people in our debates.
It's so awkward because our first debate was like 20 people and we barely talked about, you know, like politics. And
this one is a little more controlled, I think, because there is less people.
Right. I'd rather have less people than just people dropping in.
And that day I was just like really hyped for some reason. I don't know. I was just spewing out edgy memes. But
I invited you. But all right, so he's just saying he wants to listen, but I don't know if he knows how this thing works. But who does really? I had to learn it in an hour before I went on my first podcast.
I didn't, because I had Boss Man here do all the work.
Yeah, right. That's me, baby, the boss.
But oh man, what I was trying to say before everything, you know, you guys were talking was it depends on circumstances also, because like put this in example as what if a 5-year-old kid was just like, he doesn't know whatever the fuck he's saying. He's like, I want to fuck you. Like, you wouldn't be as intimidated if a 5-year-old said that, would you?
Right. But
And
it's not 5-year-olds typically. But I do get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? You got to understand the circumstances. Like, let's just say it's like you said, drunk people. They're spewing things out of their mouth. They don't even know what the fuck they're saying. You don't even know how that person actually is. Like, maybe they just like, when you get drunk, things just come out. But like, as a person, as an individual, that person might have been like upstand, and he, that one night.
That is my case for why we should forgive the great Mel Gibson.
Yeah, because
allegedly said in the past, because he was drunk when he said those things.
Yeah, and usually people would hold that in, but when you're drunk, you're just saying things back and forth, and you don't really mean them. They're just coming out.
All right, let's see. Danny might come on now. Oh God, this is probably even worse in terms of organization than the last one.
I mean, at least it's more professional than the other one.
I guess, but
I still love that other podcast. Like,
well, Danny's more of our comic relief type of character. Let's see.
Well, then we need 4 people, because the comic relief. There's the main protagonist. Then there's his best buddy. Yeah. There's his best buddy. Then there's just like that person that's like, just there. And then there's the comic relief.
Right. I guess podcasts work better when the hosts are in one room and then the guest might come on Skype. But let's see. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. All right. We're going to get into this is all very spontaneous, by the way.
You should really edit this, like, as soon as Ashley comes off. You say, oh, we're inviting this person up, and you say who they are. You don't say the full name, but you say who they are, and so basically Ashley leaves, and then it jumps to you going, well, we have another guest coming on. It's so and so. So it's more condensed and not us just like rambling about
about social justice and some such nonsense, yeah.
Yeah.
So Danny's talking shit, saying that our podcast is dry.
Danny can lick an asshole. She can get all those dingleberries. She could get them all consumed in her face and in between her teeth. Cause eat shit. Cause this podcast is sick as fuck, because I'm a sick guy.
You sure are a sick guy. Oh boy. Danny's picture is going to be great for the podcast. All right, I invited Danny.
So,
says
Seth?
That we'll talk about otherkin and the over-exploitation of minions. Oh boy. Are minions the next victim of our society?
Yes. I fucking hate minions. Seth says this is a really nice stream, though.
He said he was watching it, and then he called me gay. He's probably
and then
mad
he said, lel. I don't know what the abbreviation
lel
for that
is. Lol, except if you're retarded, you'd put lel instead of lol.
Dumbass. Okay, it won't let me join the call. Like, this is fucking gay. I'm trying to get back into the thing.
What do you mean get back into the thing? You're in the call.
Go. There we go. Because I was... Okay.
Do you have dementia?
Yes.
Okay.
Boxer granddad. Andrew, do you know what I just referenced there?
I don't know what you referenced.
Boxer granddad. A grandfather who was a boxer.
My grandfather?
Yeah, man.
I told you that my grandfather was a boxer?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
and that explains why he has dementia. Did he?
No,
Did
dementia's more of a genetic thing, really. Than
it is?
Yeah, actually. But yeah,
I always thought it was.
if you get all your science from Rocky movies, yes, brain hits to the head can cause. Just like this is funny. This ties into politics in a very, very, very basic, bland kind of way, very vague kind of way. Hillary Clinton hit her head a long time ago, and she has a blood clot. And I don't know, this is kind of a media cover-up, but she has these like crazy aneurysms sometimes.
She has aneurysms?
Yeah, like there was this one where.
All right, now Seth and Danny want to be a part of the.
Oh God, Seth is gonna just play Halo. I don't know if I want him back just yet.
Seth, if you fucking play Halo again, I will come to your fucking house and I will stab you repeatedly in the fucking chest. Okay? This is a fucking threat. It's a threat, man. Stab you. Not in your chest, but in that chest plate on Halo.
Watching this shit right now. Jesus Christ.
How many people?
I don't know, but I think Matt is watching, and I know Vinny and Seth are watching right now. Oh Christ! I'm gonna click on it. I don't know, but I think Matt is watching. Hey, what happened 5 seconds ago is here.
What happened 5 seconds ago?
No, just me talking 5 seconds ago.
I also went on Instagram and I was like, hey, if you guys want to watch me stream podcasts, you can go watch that on Black Lives Matter. Let's see how many people are watching.
Probably negative.
I was watching H3, by the way, and I did anyone comment? I'm trying to see if someone commented on the video.
I invited Danny, but fuck. Do you think you have to add somebody before they get on the podcast or no? Did I add you as an account? This is the Twilight Zone, folks, where our podcasts have a good 5 minutes of actual discussion, and then it's just a long, awkward pause to see if somebody else will come on.
Yes. Real life, niggas.
Hey, that's a racist term, and you're objectifying...
Sir, I did not add the ER. Nigga.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought it was the current year. All right, Seth, I'm gonna invite you just as long as you promise not to be a fuck about it.
If you play Halo, I'm gonna cut your nipples off.
All right, let's. Seth. Oh yeah, Seth. W. Yeah. Oh, it's not just Seth.
I'm gonna be pissed if we have to stop the stream to invite these fuckers.
All right, I invited Seth. Danny says they won't be able to join. Let's see. Oh, well, Jomar made an offer to edit because he's got good editing software. He actually wanted to be on the next podcast.
I know, but he had some family stuff. Hey, it's Sethy Poo.
Hey, Seth.
Hey, your stream was getting pretty dead, so I decided to hop on.
Our person that we invited left.
To leave, and we're... All right, Danny. All right, Danny. Cannot win.
All right, so this is gonna be a jump cut. Jomar's gonna edit this.
This is gonna be the biggest jump cut of all time.
All right, ready? Andrew, introduce this fucking faggot.
This is Seth. He was my co-host on the first podcast, but he started playing Halo, and
And now he's been.
he's going to school currently, so I have to replace him with my lovely assistant Tyquel.
Hello.
Yeah.
I prefer your old profile picture.
Foxy Loxy.
Yeah.
I don't. I hated that profile picture. When I was going back and putting the timestamps in for the video, to say we talk about this at blank,
Let me guess, it just kept cutting to Foxy Loxy?
No, it was just the worst thing ever to fucking look at that terrible CGI character from the.
It's not terrible, it's beautiful.
Yeah, what do you fucking mean?
Dude,
Don't you love the rectangle body?
All right, you know
that
what?
cake.
Danny wanted to talk about furries. Let's talk about furries.
Oh, yeah.
Alright,
A little bit of
furries.
that comedic relief.
Now,
Yeah,
I know
alright.
Seth is the Hitler Youth when it comes to furries. He hates furries more than anything. I mean, I don't love furries at all. I don't
hate furries.
I don't like them at all, really.
I don't hate them.
Seth is a professor in the subject, just as Danny is a professor in the subject of Harambe. So Seth, you want to talk about furries real quick?
Yeah. Put your statement. On furries right now.
Plug in my mic. There we are.
There we go.
Alrighty. Furries are gay faggots.
Whoa. That's homophobic, transphobic, Harambe-phobic.
Minion phobic.
That's it's human-phobic. That's Islamophobic.
But the idea of a furry is pretty fucking stupid.
It is. It really is.
It's so bizarre. It's not, like, I wouldn't, judge the people, but, it's like one of those fucking weird things that you, see on Omegle. Like, you know how, some guy shoving a fucking pencil up his asshole? Like, I've seen that before, It's one of those weird things, that I just always, ugh, what the fuck? Get away from me, It's like, what are you, a weirdo or something?
I feel like they're always spreading diseases.
Yeah, I feel like they are, with their fucking lice-ridden costumes.
I got a feeling hanging around them too much can make you one.
Their costumes give you Zika virus.
You can't hang around a furry for too long, or else you become one. Same with.
Or your baby has a deflated head. Whoever's editing this, put a deflated baby head in the video. Show that deflated baby head.
Instead of talking about furries, which is like beating a dead horse, let's take some comments from some actual questions, not about Harambe or fucking.
Well, we got one.
Pawn Stars. But I know Matt takes this kind of stuff a little more seriously. He's more serious with this.
I've actually had a discussion with Matt about catcalling in my Spanish class, and it was really, really good. Like, I was getting into it.
You know Matt?
Yeah, I know Matt. He was in my Spanish class.
Okay.
I knew Matt before you knew Matt.
Yeah.
And I knew Matt before you knew Matt.
Sethy Poo, no, you didn't. You didn't know anyone except for Andrew Venus, who was a berry.
Hey.
Look, I'll read off the Spanish alphabet to you.
All right.
A, B,
yes.
C,
Yep.
Che,
Jesus.
D,
Wait, what? Che?
E.
Wait. Che is not in the Spanish alphabet.
It adds 3 letters that aren't here.
Jesus.
It goes. Atucama.
A, B, C, D.
Okay, I guess it doesn't count the
F,
CH.
Oh,
It
here's
adds
a
its own letter.
Oh, wait,
F, He,
can we stop?
H.
Can we just stop now?
I'm just reading the Spanish alphabet.
Kill yourself, please.
Look, you have to do this too on your first day of Spanish.
On your first day, every day. Every fucking day. Alright, how do I guess I have to go to the live broadcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you just have
And
to hear.
if you're screen sharing, it'll just take it to it.
Alright.
What? So, Sethy Poo, how was that a Halo, the other podcast?
It was pretty hetero.
Pretty hetero. Did you throw parade after it?
No,
A heterosexual parade?
I was just playing Halo 2.
Oh,
I swear
oh,
it didn't sound that loud, but no, it actually really was loud.
it was really loud. And that's why, you know what? I took the helm.
And you watched the end of the last stream, right?
For me?
Yeah,
Of course, I look back at it.
all the way to the Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
We mentioned we gave Mel Gibson a little shout out a couple minutes ago, and it was
He
something
let,
drunkenness, but we're not going to go back on it.
Yeah, dude, we gave him a shout out.
Yeah, Mel Gibson needs a shout out.
yeah, he
He's
does.
lost a lot of
Robert,
subscribers
I
on
think he's
YouTube.
bouncing back.
even Robert Downey Jr. wasn't enough to bounce him back.
Yeah, right? Oh, by the way, I watched the Avengers 2, and I didn't even get to finish it because I hated it.
I hate any
Yeah, it's-
superhero movie.
Yet, at first I was really hyped for it. Like, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be the greatest, like, Avengers movie ever. Like, nothing ever is gonna top this. My man Ultron is in this. It's gonna be the best. And then they have this weird person doing his.
Cool. I love
They have this.
voice actor.
They had this weird voice actor for Ultron.
Was it Philip Seymour Hoffman?
No, it wasn't. It was James something.
James
I think.
Woods?
James something. I forget.
Not James Earl Jones. I'm just thinking of
No, not James Earl Jones.
But
Not
James
the voice of Darth Vader.
greatest voice actor of all time.
Yeah, he is. Darth
To me,
Vader.
Steve from Minecraft is the best voice actor of all time.
Sky does Minecraft is.
Can you guys stop talking about forms of cancer? Oh, you know what movie I watched? Tyquel, you might like this movie, Ghost, starring Patrick Swayze.
Is it that the movie where he's like right behind that lady and he's doing
Yep,
the
they're doing
pottery?
It's a
Fire
really
team.
good movie. You want me to talk about it?
Oh yeah, dude, it's a movie in here.
Wait, Andrew, remember that time I was like running through the hallway and I was supposed to be dressed up like Freddie Mercury, but then my mustache washed off and I was like, hey, look at me, I'm Patrick Swayze. And you're like, he's dead. He's dead. Like,
Freddie Mercury's dead too. It's hard to believe that Patrick Swayze's dead.
yeah,
I thought
that's
he was
such
in
a
hiding
weird
the whole
fact.
time.
No, I thought he was still alive.
Yeah, I think cancer got him, which is rare in Hollywood. Typically, they just die of like doing 50 pounds of coke.
You know what's a weird death? David Bowie. David Bowie is that's a
Who said
weird
he
death
died?
to me.
He didn't die.
David
Oh,
Bowie's
Sean.
dead.
Don't offend Sean. Sean loves.
No, he's not dead.
I'm not
He's
saying
not.
that David Bowie isn't a good artist. I mean, he's really good. After he
No,
died,
he's
you know,
not
I was
dead,
one of
though.
those.
Stop
He's
interrupting.
fucking dead. He's fucking dead.
No, he's not.
He's fucking dead.
Still believe.
Believe in this dick. He's dead. And you know what's weird to listen to? Just listen to Under Pressure without any of the music. Like none of the.
So listen to the song without the song.
Yeah, no, listen to the song without the background instruments and shit. No instruments.
So just
Look
vocal.
that up.
Okay,
Just
can I talk
vocal.
about Ghost
That's
now?
I forgot what it was called, and I was just like, "What the fuck am I saying? No music?" I caught myself.
This is a serious discussion, goddammit, about Patrick Swayze and his role in the film Ghost. Goddammit. We are not 8.
We're having a serious discussion.
Shank Uger from the Young Turks. We're trying to have a serious discussion. We're trying to have a serious discussion. Get the fuck off the phone. But anyway, Ghost is a movie about
Ghost.
a couple. One of the man of the couple is an accountant, and he has this girlfriend, and they live in New York, I believe.
And they buy this doll named Annabelle, and
Shut up! Try to fucking talk, faggot. You're the co-host. Your job is not to interrupt me. And one night, the couple is walking home at night, and they get catcalled. No, a mugger and kill Patrick Swayze, right? But Patrick Swayze, it's one of the greatest shots, and it's not really spoilers because this is the beginning of the film. and everybody kind of knows.
First of all,
It's not spoilers because it's the beginning.
It's not spoilers because it's like, how old is this movie, by the way, Anthony? Can you tell us?
It's like I think it's.
There's a spoiler expiration date.
Is it a decade old?
It's more than a decade old. It's like 2
Yeah. So
decades.
yeah,
Three?
it's not
alright.
fucking spoilers.
Yeah, right. Let me continue. You're absolutely right. But the mugger kills Patrick Swayze, and you kind of, when you watch the film, you kind of expect it, but like the way the scene is filmed, it's very like you're still like doubting, because like the guy shoots, they're wrestling, and the guy shoots, and then you think that he shot the girlfriend, right? And then it cuts to the shot of the mugger running away down the street, and Patrick Swayze is chasing him, right? Patrick Swayze turns around, and down the street, he's like, Molly, Molly, and it cuts to his girlfriend crying over his body. He's been shot, and it's like, wow, I was really doubting that. I thought he was still alive. It was weird. The way the film like tricks you. Well, no, Patrick Swayze's dead, and his character in Ghost was dead also. But
not true.
Oh, there's this great. This reminds me of something Seth would say, where Patrick Swayze is trying to master the art of moving shit around as a ghost, because ghosts, they just phase through stuff.
Ooh.
So he remembers there's this other ghost that just hangs out on subway trains, right? And he's crazy. So Patrick Swayze's jumping on the trains, right? And all of a sudden he jumps onto one of the subway trains, and the ghost just appears, and he's like, "Get off my train!"
Teehee.
You know what like those weird ominous moments? I was watching this one episode of Louis. This is Louis C.K.'s show, and there was this one episode about death. Some manager had died that had worked for Louis and Robin Williams, and they both thought he was dicks.
Louis.
Everyone thought that he was dicks. That he was dicks. They thought he was a bunch of dicks. I'm kidding. They thought he was a dick, and no one ever came to his funeral except for Robin Williams and Louis C.K. And at the end of the episode, Robin Williams is like, "Don't let me be like that, you know? Show up to my funeral, you know?" And I just thought it was a weird episode and that's the only episode he ever appears in, too. It's just the one about death.
How long before that did he die?
Oh, it was long before, like it was 2012, I think, that this happened, this show was on.
He died he died like 2014, right?
Let me look up when Louis.
Robin Williams.
You can believe whatever you want.
There's a war on through your mind. Alex Jones. Is David Bowie still alive? See, here's what's very boring. We don't have anybody to disagree with. It was interesting when Ashley was here.
Yeah, because she seemed like the general feminist.
No, she's not the general feminist.
She wasn't, you know, she was reasonable. She was having a reasonable discussion.
Yeah, instead of talking about
gay?
I bet she
Fucking
came from the Young Turks.
No, she's very level-headed. She's more level-headed than any of us were in freshman year when we had a civil war in the class.
Hey, it's my freshman year.
Seth, believe it or not, has to go back to school now. Seth is back in school. This is day 2 of his high school career.
This show came out in 2010.
Everybody looks like Bruce Springsteen.
How's hell going for you, Seth? Is it going all right?
Yeah. Freshman year's way too easy. Needs to be harder.
You should kill yourself if you think that.
Yeah, because, well, actually, sophomore year isn't that bad. Just try at least the next year.
I mean, my pre-AP algebra.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Dude, the geography teacher, Jesus Christ.
Tell us about
is
the geography teacher.
He's the one that played the
geography?
Watch Mojo video.
Did you say geography?
Whoa, you actually have a geography class?
Yeah. Pre-AP geography and lore.
We have history class. It's just history.
American history. That's what we have
Shouldn't
next
you have
year.
taken that back in 8th grade?
American history, I don't know why they're making us take it again. Actually, we took it.
Back in 8th grade, they called it social
studies.
You should have gotten done with that in
It's
6th grade.
It's like this great bit from George Carlin where it was like,
Seth,
I don't know if
Seth,
you've seen it, but
you don't
it's really
understand our
funny.
school. It's very different from yours.
Well, actually, I go to a different school. Everybody looks like Bruce Springsteen.
Hey, that's a plus.
I know you go to a different school, Seth.
All right, shut up.
You shut up. You didn't even let me talk about my teacher, my geography teacher.
Well,
Geography teacher.
well, fuck you. You know what? Fuck you.
Guess what his name is? Well, not his first name, but his teacher name.
What?
Dixon. Mr. Dixon.
He's named that his name involves a YouTube prankster.
Ethan
TV.
Bradbury? Is it Bradbury?
No.
Pepper?
No.
Antonio. SoFlo Antonio.
Vitali.
Oh, fuck.
I thought his name was Mr. Vital at first.
Ethan Bradbury.
It's the class where I met Blaze, and it was just great.
So, I'm pretty sure I heard something in the background. Oh,
I swear it was Andy laughing.
no, I think it's...
Was it me screaming?
Yeah.
You scream?
I mean, this is a shit discussion right now, but I'm glad that we got right down to the point at the beginning.
Yeah.
Until Mark.
Just leave that part in. This will be like a 5-minute podcast. Everyone will think it's just a 5-minute podcast about that, and just cut the rest of it out.
We
Yeah.
gotta get someone in here so we can have a reasonable discussion.
Reasonable?
We're trying to have a reasonable discussion here.
Get off the phone! Get the fuck off the phone!
Get off the phone, you son of a cunt!
Get off the phone, you sexist pig!
Wants people to shut up and calls them a fascist while she shuts them up.
Fat
And
shaming
it's
is wrong. Get
Tyquel,
off the stage, you fat fuck!
Tyquel, are you familiar
What?
with the Young Turks?
No.
Oh my god, the Young Turks, you might live a little longer if you're not familiar with the Young Turks. The Young Turks are this really cancerous liberal, they're like the liberal Fox News of the internet. Where they tell complete lies. I mean, in my eyes, most of what liberals spout are not true.
How did everyone find the Young Turks?
I think you have to have a certain amount of brain damage to find them. But
I found them.
And Evan had that
Okay,
right
Andy,
amount.
continue. Andy,
anyway,
continue.
they're basically, you know how everyone's like, Fox News is such bullshit because they're Republicans, right? The Young Turks is like Fox News level of bias, like times 12, and I agree with Fox News, but they're not always like factually right.
Yeah, they're sort of dumbasses sometimes.
Right. There's definitely Bill O'Reilly's all right. I don't know why people call him a vagina.
No, but like, you ever seen
Bill
the
O'Reilly's the best person to talk to.
SNL skit of Fox TV?
No, I haven't.
Like the Fox,
Oh, wait, let me explain.
you look it up.
Is. The Young Turks, and you know, they're liberal broadcasting on the internet, and they started, the founder is this guy named Cenk Uygur.
Stop breathing in my ears, Sethy Poo.
It's funny.
Cut it out.
I'm laughing, I'm not breathing.
Cenk Uygur is a man who does not believe in the Armenian genocide. He thinks it didn't happen.
Kind of like Titanic did happen.
Stop acting like faggots, please.
I was laughing. Like Sethy Poo.
Cenk Uygur is an Armenian genocide denier, and he's an idiot who once said the phrase. He once said AR-17 on air.
That does exist.
He was like, "You don't need an AR-7." Yeah, but it's not something he would know. It's like an old shotgun there's only 1,200 of. But he did say, "You don't need an AR-17." And then he's the main host, right? And he's this fat, sweaty, like.
Wait, I always thought the guy with the laptop was the main host. The one who just sat in the background with
Cenk
the
Uygur is
laptop.
the founder and the main host of the Young Turks. That's Jimmy Dore. That's the cunt who spit in Alex Jones' face. And then Anna Kasparian is the airheaded idiot who is the biggest hypocrite of all of them because she's like against fat shaming, right? And at the RNC, Alex Jones, kind of their rival, crashed their live broadcast in the RNC, and you just see the camera pan over to Anna Kasparian, and she just says,
Get off the stage, you fat fuck!
Listen, guys.
Get off the stage, you fat fuck!
you know what? Let's play the Steven Crowder.
Screen share, fam.
This is a parody of the Young Turks.
Malo i Neapolis upload the video.
All right, listen, Tyquel. Can everybody hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to screen share it so everyone can see it.
If I let you see it, the frame rate would be awful.
Better to have awful frame rate than not frame rate at all.
Okay, and I'll say, well, what about the zombie? No, okay? That's not what they meant. They didn't mean a AR-47. Do the research. That's not so much correct. We'll have it listed at GeoC. Yeah, I agree with you, Cenk. So fucking much. That's absolutely right. When you use the F word, you know it's real talk, okay? So we have a bunch of people who wanted to make phone calls. We want to have a discussion. So let's have the first caller.
Hi, James. Paul Joseph Watson. First time.
We could have a discussion.
Paul Joseph Watson is a cool guy. I'd suggest his stuff to you if you don't already follow him. Seth, are you familiar with Paul Joseph Watson?
No, I do not know my Paul Walker Johnson.
He's pretty good, but I'll continue.
I'd really like to get your opinion on Armenian genocide, specifically if you accept the historical fact that it happened.
Get the fuck off the phone. Get the fuck off. Get off the phone.
I know, I'm sorry, but that's Seth. What the fuck are you doing with your mic? Because that's
What are you doing, you faggot?
you're fucking doing that. It's fucking annoying me. It's like right in my ear.
Mate.
Never have you guys.
Yes.
This.
I'm only doing it. I'm only imitating.
Well, you get a copyright strike from Derek Savage. It's not under fair use.
Hey guys, we're trying to have a reasonable discussion here.
Trying to have a reasonable
Get off
discussion.
the phone.
Okay.
Get off the phone, faggot.
Shut up.
Hi, Cenk. I'm not sure if you remember me. I was on your show a while back, and you asked me, demanded that I make you a ham sandwich, and I was just kind of wondering if you still wanted that sandwich. I'd probably put it in the mail for you.
What? Okay, Karen. Everybody knows I said that as a joke. Okay? And you didn't fucking make me a ham sandwich! That's bullshit! That's bullshit! Get the fuck off the phone! Get the fuck
Off the phone.
You woman, poor sandwich making fuck! I'm a feminist. I'm the real feminist, bitch!
Okay, no, listen. If you want to have a
Bitch.
okay? But now we're gonna come on and talk about the ham sandwich.
I guess that answers my question. So no, right?
Let's go to the next call.
Hey, Cenk, as someone you've previously misquoted and borderline slandered on your show, I'm wondering if you can speak to the research and fact-checking behind your show.
Okay, listen, I understand this is what he wants to do with the, you made a mistake, because everyone makes it. Okay, but your mistake was being flawed! You're not bullshit!
Get off the phone.
Off the phone! Off the phone, you YouTube beta
You Mewtwo beta mail. That's just the best line. You Mewtwo beta mail.
you kind of get it at this point. The guy yells a lot. And
All right, guys. Everyone in my house is going to sleep, and I can't be talking.
No, you can. Just be quiet.
No, I really can't because
Yo, shut the fuck up, my nigga.
Oh, you see that? You hear that?
is going down the shitter.
We need.
All right.
Talking to your
Hurry
gay
up.
ass
We need a
friends.
third
Huh?
person.
Just shut the fuck up already.
Goodbye, my people. Sethi, I give you co-host the honor of being co.
I ejected him.
All
I guess I'm
right.
gonna end the broadcast because it's just too long at this. I should have ended it as soon as Ashley got off. Really.
It was
Hey.
like a 5-minute discussion. Alrighty, end it.
Yeah. Right. I mean, well, I'm trying to have a reasonable discussion.
But
I'm trying to have a reasonable discussion here.
oh, I hear Evan.
Yeah. Goodbye.